Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Faith and Forex. May you prosper and be in good health as your soul prospers. Let's go. Alright, so we're looking at Gbpjpy. Let's just get an overall direction on the monthly time frame. As you can see on the monthly time frame, Gbpjpy is very bullish. Perhaps looking into get to these areas. However, that's going to be a while. So Gbpjpy has broken the neckline of this double bottom pattern and it now has retested it, actually left a lot of wicks in the area, showing signs of very strong rejection, making this an area of support. All right, so for Gbpjpy on the monthly time frame, this was the previous higher low area, which has not been touched, hasn't been broken at all. So we know that on higher time frames, Gbpjpy is bullish. If we should get down to the weekly time frame, Gbpjpy has shown itself to be bearish for a very short time until it started to go bullish again, which makes the weekly time frame also in correlation with the monthly time frame. So as you can see, Gbpjpy gave us this double top pattern. All right. And then broke the neckline, came back to give us a lower high and gave us a lower low. But the lower low rested in this area of very strong support, and that lower low has been taken, retested, and price is looking now to break perhaps these highs, or break these highs. Maybe, of course, you'll see some form of rejection around that area. So let's see what we believe is going to happen. All right, so just going to mark this area. This is a very strong area of resistance, and also just around here where our lower high was broken within that area. All right, so on the daily time frame, as you can see, everything very, very clearly. So price would have taken out these areas, broken above. Price would have touched, even so there was a trend line just around here, got into the trend line and broke above. So we see all of these areas being completely taken out, as you can see, taken out. So price broke above. We haven't really gotten that retest the way we would have wanted, because as you can see, there's a gap somewhere here. All right, so price would have broken above and left us with a little gap. However, it doesn't have to be filled. We're looking for price to get into 199 for over the next week. For price to get into 199 or break above 199. So let's get down to the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, if you're supposed to enter one of this trade now, because I think it is gone, this would be our stop loss, and we'd actually be risking 143 pips. So unless you're going to scalp Gbpjpy, maybe just short entries just around here. All right, so price broke, retested just around here. Price broke, retested just around here. Perhaps you could get in for some short-term buys, see if you can get that 1 to 2, perhaps about maybe 30 pips. So stop loss down here. And we're looking for 1 to 2, so we're gonna go a little higher. Yeah, so we're looking at 14, risking 14 pips for 27.6 pips. And of course, that's highly dependent on what you're willing to risk and also your lot size. All right, so if you want to take a 1 to 2, by the time this video posts, maybe we'll hit the stop loss or the take profit, but that would be the wisest thing to do now. You know it's still bullish for a while. I would not advise a long-term trade or an intraday trade for this one. We want to see price getting into this area. I don't know if price is going to break above. It's definitely going to be rejecting the area. So we want to wait for those rejections to see what the pullback will be. Maybe it will get back into this area. Perhaps it could even take out this low, get back into the trend line or into this very strong area of support and resistance. All right, so we want to know what Gbpjpy is going to do. We see it breaking 199 long term coming into 206. However, we need to know what's happening so we can get good entries and actually be in the trade for longer periods. All right, so if you want to take a short-term trade, maybe you could scalp into these areas, going back into that area of resistance. But once you're into this area of resistance, you want to get out to see what the pullback will look like before price goes forward, or even if it just gives us a minor pullback and breaks above, we're looking and waiting for that retest of 199. So for now, for Gbpjpy, I'll be sitting on my hands. I hope you guys would have gathered something from this. Of course, I didn't touch on entries, my confirmations, because at this point I will not be entering Gbpjpy. All right, so if I should post another video, maybe on Thursday after news or so on, then we can look at confirmations and entries and how I would actually take my entry for an intraday trade. All right, if it were for a scalp or short-term trade, maybe something like this. As soon as it breaks my previous area of resistance, retested as support, I'm entering, putting my stop loss below the previous low. Same idea on higher time frames, to be honest. However, you can take your time to look at this. Thank you guys for coming on. I'll see you on Thursday or maybe tomorrow. Bless you.